But after that, we got one of the best segments in pro wrestling history.
Yeah.
Um, this was an all-time heat segment, booing, crowd revolting. This was Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita explaining their actions. And for those of you that didn't see Don's extended interview with Jim Ross, if you like you saw what this was, that was like a more laid out version. It was like, all right, Don, can you do what you did in 12 minutes and 3 in front of a molten crowd? He was like, yeah, I got that. Like, so, Don comes out there. They don't even want to let him talk. He's in shower to booze. Takesha's wearing Don's jacket. Don like used to wear that shit to the show, so this shit is real nasty. Like this shit is nasty as fuck. So Shivani's out there. He's sickened to announce Callis and Takeshita. They don't have interest music. That old they got that old Tommaso Ciampa theme song.
Interesting that you brought up Tommaso Ciampa because that was the first thing I was thinking of when he got booed. Like this was like, bro, like at the night on Raw after WrestleMania 33 when Roman beat and seemingly retired Undertaker and Tommaso Ciampa returning after he turned from ACL tear. Like that was the level of heat that Don Callis was getting. It was fucking awesome. They were like, "We don't care. Fuck you. Get off our screen. Get out of our sight. We hate your guts." Just you know that look the emoji.
Yeah.
This beautiful.
Callis
Pure.
Says, "I hope those boos are for Kenny Omega," and then like the crowd
Hey,
just
boo
goes to
louder.
another level.
Working the crowd.
Yo, he's so great. Like, yo, I was watching this because, like, yo, he's the best. He said, Callis said he's the real victim here. What? And he's shouting over the crowd. He's just jumping in and out, looking at Takesha. Takesha's like, egging this shit on. He runs down all Kenny's accomplishments. He's like, IWGP champion, me, like, like all this, AEW champion, me, Impact champion, me, like, just all this shit. And he blamed the scar on his head. Every day he has to wake up. He thinks about Kenny. He said, while I might have lost a nephew, I gained a son in Takesha who's better than Ricky Dozan, better than Inoki, better than Maeda, better than Muto, and better than Okada. There was a long pause before he said better than Okada. So it was like, all right, man. Like once I heard Ricky Dozan and Inoki, I was fucking screaming. I started tagging Josh immediately.
Because it was like his same shit when he talked about Gotch and Hackenschmidt and all that bullshit, except now it's Japanese wrestler. So I was like, oh, here you come with this bullshit.
Better than Muto. So he says, soon Takesha will show that he's also better than Kenny Omega. He's the greatest athlete that has ever stepped in a ring. He's a decathlete, all this other stuff. And then Takesha took the mic, and I love this, because nothing, and I mean nothing, will rile up a booing crowd like speaking a foreign language to them. That's right, the good old racism. He basically starts speaking Japanese, and he says he's going to destroy the Elite and Kenny Omega and all that, and just yelling at him essentially in Japanese. Callis said that Kenny destroyed his family, so he's going to build a new one to eliminate the Elite from all Elite wrestling. Nuclear heat. Just go out of your way to see this if you didn't see this.
So, like, once he said that, like, I was like, is he finna link up with CM Punk?
I did not for 1 second think that.
No, fuck that. That's great. No, look, the what do you call it? The Alliance to Destroy the Elite. Like, look, CM Punk, BCC, Callis, put them all together. Put them all together. We finna stomp these niggas out. Crush them.
Nah, Elite gonna have to whoop that ass.
Ace Steel, some Ace Steel on there.
Yeah, Ace Steel, who somehow is like, I don't even want to get into that. But
man,
he So I'm interested to see who's really gonna be in this family. Um, who knows? It could be Don Callis talking shit, but
Yeah,
yeah, like Takeshita's like good enough to spearhead this shit. But
definitely.
yeah, I thought this was excellent, and I think it shows the love that's out there for Kenny. And then Callis, this is like Hogan versus Bobby Heenan, damn near. This is like, yeah, like bro, they can keep this shit going forever. Like with like, all
Yep.
right, like Don Callis now can just try to make Kenny's life a living hell, and
Right.
Kenny can just beat every single person that he lines up for him or whatever, and it just keeps going forever. And he doesn't even have to be near the title or anything. He just keep doing
Right.
this shit, and it just has the same amount of. It will have the same amount of heat for however long it goes, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in a similar way, like 2013 when Heyman turned on Punk, and it was like Lesnar, then it turned into Ryback, then it turned into whoever else, and then Punk got hurt. But it was like that was kind of the plan. And it was, when that happened, like that shit was incredible too. So it's like, look, it works. The common threads of wrestling, like you could do the basic stuff over and over and over, and it will always work. You don't have to try to reinvent new ways to tell these stories. You don't.
Yeah. I remember when they first linked up, I was like, yeah, man, they're gonna use Callis to basically launch
Right.
Kenny one day, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And
Rich, I was saying that 2018? I was like, man, he's gonna like even back then I was like, bro, he's gonna turn him eventually. It's gonna be great. And like, cause I fucking hate Callis and his dick riding or whatever else. He could dick ride someone else and Kenny kick V trigger that man's head off. I've been waiting 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I've been waiting 5 years. I've been waiting 5 years for this man to V trigger this man's face off. I can't wait. Let's get it.
As much as I hate to see family falling apart, y'all know what side I'm on. So
Blast this man. The full on
really,
grand slam running V trigger.
Really
send that man sliding down the LED ramp.
Really, Don just think he me. He think he's me all these years. So really, that just that opened up a spot for me. To go ahead and assume the mantle. Of promoting the Kenny Omega agenda. That's all this is.
Now, when I clip this up for the best of, this is where I will insert like the picture of you next to Kenny making that face. Now, put that there, hold that in place, and then we can flash back to the festivities. But yeah, definitely.
But from there,